to 4.
Welcome to the Doug Bailey Radio Show. Here's Doug Bailey.
On the phone right now is Frank Hannon, guitarist from Tesla. Frank's got a brand new solo CD out, From One Place to Another, Volume 2. Frank, welcome.
Hey, Doug, what's going on, man? What's happening in Des Moines?
Not heard your voice forever. You've got a big, huge history with the station, and I was really excited to hear when the new song came out, your cover of Deep Purple's Hush. Tell all the listeners about the song, about the solo album, and how all this came to be.
Well, yeah, that's Hush off of Volume 2, which is another collection of cover tunes that I recorded, 10 songs per volume. You know, I was on the road with Tesla and Def Leppard last year, or the year before, actually, when I started it. And Phil Collins, the guitarist of Def Leppard, kind of opened my eyes to the fact that, you know, you can actually record an album on the road. So I bought a little portable recorder, and I ran into some friends on the road, Paul Jackson from Blackberry Smoke, the Nelson Twins, Roger Fisher from Heart. These are guys that are friends of mine that I ran into on the road and recorded some songs with them. And that's what the title is, From One Place to Another. That's literally how it came together, was recording from one place to another.
Now, I've been looking through both volumes, and a lot of these songs, I mean, as you said, they're covers. Did you record these songs because these are songs that you've liked over the years? Maybe these are artists that influenced you, or maybe songs that influenced you as well as an artist?
Yes and yes and yes to all those answers. Some of these songs I didn't even anticipate doing, but I've always loved them for years. You know, like Jim Dandy to the Rescue is a song that I did by Black Oak, Arkansas. The Nelson Twins, their dad has a song called Garden Party, and I ran into them in Nashville, Tennessee, and went over to their house and recorded their dad's song with them. So some of them just kind of, you know, happened by accident. The main premise of this album for me, people know me as the lead guitarist of Tesla, but I'm also a singer. So the main premise was for me to record some songs that got my singing voice out there.
And this isn't the first pair of solo albums for you. I mean, you've got a few under your belt. We've had many here that have come through here that we played on KGGL. We've listened to in the times you've been here on your solo outings for Summer Jam with Tesla.
You know, I really hate the word solo when it's attached to the word artist, because I'm just an artist, man. I'm a guitar player. I'm a songwriter. I happen to be in a great band called Tesla that has a long history. But I'm also just a person that I guess would be solo, but I do have a band too, so I don't know why the word solo has to be attached to it, because I'm just an artist.
I think they attach it because you're on your own, you do stuff on your own, and you could almost say that you do it to keep your skills up when you're not with your main group. And I think it's cool that you have branched out. You get to do your own music. I mean, you're doing covers now of songs you've liked in the past, artists you've worked with. So I think that's kind of cool. You get to kind of do what you want to.
Yeah, I'm very lucky and blessed that I'm in a band and also have the freedom to explore different stuff. My solo albums are all a little bit different styles and more. I mainly do it to learn and experiment and do things outside of the Tesla realm.
Do you think doing these has helped you grow as a guitar player, as an artist? Do you think it's helped? Tesla's got some great music, but do you think it's helped you branch out maybe to other things you may not have done that you couldn't do with the band?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And, you know, life is learning, man, and I like to learn and explore different things. And one of them is singing and songwriting, and some of my favorite artists, you know, like Bob Dylan or Jimi Hendrix or Joe Walsh, you know, they sing and play guitar and write songs. You know, like Joe Walsh is in the Eagles, but he also does Joe Walsh, and that's kind of what I do.
And he's got some good stuff on his own outside of the Eagles.
Exactly, yeah. And so I have an album called Guitarist from Mars. That was one of the first ones I did. Gypsy Highway is another one that's more personal acoustic, and that's when I came and did the KGGO Summerfest a few years ago. I was doing my Gypsy Highway music.
Yes, you did, and you did a kick-ass job on stage. Everybody loved you.
Thanks, man. And I guess I was truly solo at that time. I was playing my acoustic by myself in between all the bands, and that was a lot of fun, man. I really love Des Moines. The people there have always been real supportive of Tesla and myself as an artist, and looking forward to getting back, man. And I want to thank you guys for playing Hush, man. It's there's a new video for Hush that I just put out on YouTube. So people, if you're listening, go to YouTube and type Frank Hannon Hush. And it's a lot of fun. The video has Randy Hanson in it. Is one of my guitar heroes that I grew up watching as a kid. He does Jimi Hendrix tributes that are amazing. And he's in the video with me.
And the video is going to be posted, if it already isn't. I think I'm having the crew work on it to get it posted on the KGGO website right now, so you'll be able to see that up there. The podcast of this interview will be up there. Frank, one thing I was just thinking of, if you could have one person that you could sit down, write music, and record an album with outside of Tesla, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Oh, gosh. It would probably be Jimi Hendrix, because he's just so natural and so humble and such a great, creative, naturally humble person that I think he and I would get along very well.
And, I've always said, I was wondering, if Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin and Kurt Cobain and Jim Morrison, if all those guys were still alive, do you think music on some levels would be a little bit different?
Do I think that their music would be different?
Or do you think they would have influenced music today? Would you think music today would be a little bit different with their influences had they not have died at that young age?
Probably, man. There would probably still be a lot more great music to be heard than what we're hearing today. But every decade has its own brand of music. That's what I've kind of observed over the years. It seems like, you can kind of label music by the decade, 60s music, 70s music, 80s, 90s, whatever. But ever since after the 90s, I don't know what's been very exciting lately. So,
and those decades all have their own distinct sound, too, no matter what genre of music, whether it's rock, heavy metal, pop. I mean, each of those decades and those genres all have their own unique sound of music.
It's true, but the one thing is that it all relies on a song. And I feel very blessed that Tesla has written songs that still sound good 30 years later, like What You Give and Modern Day Cowboy. It's amazing to me that we were, in our young age, we wrote some songs that lasted this long. I feel very lucky for that.
I talked to Brian Weed a few weeks ago, and I asked him this question. I'm going to ask you the same question, but I'm going to ask it in a little different way. There are songs that, and I'm a huge Tesla fan. My wife and I love seeing you guys. We never tire of seeing you guys live. We could see you guys every night for 2 months if we could, and we would not tire of it. Is there one song that you yourself personally love to play, and you say, I have to have this in every night?
Oh, man, I would probably say that would be What You Give.
It's a great song.
It's a real simple song. And the acoustic guitar intro to that song is a reflection of some emotions that I was feeling during a very hard time in my life and at a real low point in my life. And it's got a real melancholy but relieving kind of sound to it that when I was playing that, it was making me feel better when I was feeling pretty down. And it still makes me feel good to this day. And
I agree. The start of it is just a basic, and I'm not a guitar player, so I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong in thinking this, but to me, it's just a basic set of notes, and it all works. It's great together.
It has a feeling to it, man, and music is all about the feeling, and the feeling that it gets you feeling.
That's right.
And there's some songs and some little guitar riffs that are so simple, but as soon as you hear them, they make you feel a certain way.
That's true. Frank, you've been in this business a long time. You've got a lot of good stuff ahead of you. In fact, you're ringing out 2018 out in Sacramento. You've got one date on there, and I guess you guys got to rest up because you got that big Monsters of Rock cruise in February, and you guys look like I just saw you guys here over in Switzerland with Def Leppard and Whitesnake, so there's no rest for the weary. You guys are pressing on and doing what you guys do best.
Oh yeah, man. Tesla is got a real busy year ahead of us. We got a new album coming out in March, but we're gonna do a tour starting in February before the Monsters of Rock cruise. I just heard some dates being talked about yesterday. The new album is produced by Phil Collin, and Phil Collin co-wrote a lot of the songs, so he gave us a shot of energy there. The album's called Shock, and we're going to be touring on that next year. Myself, I have a couple of my own Frank Hannon shows that are happening. I'm playing in Chicago December 14th, playing near Appleton, Wisconsin, December 15th. And then
maybe a Des Moines show in there?
Man, I would love to come to Des Moines again, and I'm definitely going to put that on my calendar.
It's been too long since you've been here on your own. It's been a long time. We need you back here.
Yeah, well, I'll try to work that out, man.
Frank, thanks a lot. A lot is going on with you, and that's a good thing. I mean, on the inside and outside of Tesla, a lot of good stuff going on for you. Give everybody where they need to go, a website for the album and all the merch, and just all your social platforms.
Well, it's frankhannon.com, Hannon, frankhannon.com, or TeslaTheBand.com. And, it's just Facebook, Frank Hannon. So it's all the same. Same thing with Instagram.
Well, Frank, thanks a lot for the time today. Hush is an awesome song. The album's great. In fact, both volumes are awesome. So it's just great talking to you again. And the relationship you've had with us here at KGGO has been awesome. We wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you hopefully sooner than later.
Awesome. Crank it up.
Thanks a lot, Frank.
Thanks for listening to the Doug Bailey Podcast. And don't forget to subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform.